This is the Dallas Morning News.
What to know about Judge Janis Jack. It's Tuesday, October 15th, and this is your Dallas Morning News. Tuesday's forecast calls for sunny skies in Dallas-Fort Worth, with a high near 93 and a low near 59. Before today's top story, a man was acquitted of capital murder last week in the death of a former University of Oklahoma football player, according to court records. A Dallas County jury found John Williams not guilty Friday in the fatal shooting of 25-year-old Devonta Lampkin. Williams, 33 years old, previously stood trial in June, but a state district judge declared a mistrial as testimony began. Court records show Lampkin played in 15 games for the Oklahoma Sooners as a defensive tackle from 2015 to 2017. He signed with the Tennessee Titans as an undrafted free agent in 2018. Heath Harris, Williams' defense attorney, said his client was a fall guy for Antoine Franklin and Eric Garcia, who each face a capital murder charge. Authorities allege in an arrest warrant affidavit that Franklin was the one who set up the fatal robbery of Lampkin. And a new hotline aimed at preventing opioid overdoses is launching in Dallas County for both individuals and healthcare providers, county officials announced. Drug overdoses and overdose deaths in the county have steadily risen over the past few years. The Overdose Prevention Hotline, which launched Monday, aims to expand access to essential information and share information about available resources. We are committed to providing our community with the resources and support they need to address the opioid crisis, said Dr. Philip Wong, director of the Dallas County Health Department. This hotline will serve as a lifeline for many Dallas County residents, connecting individuals with life-saving procedures and reducing the devastating impact of opioid overdoses. The hotline will help those seeking information about opioid treatment, harm reduction services, and linkage to care, county health officials said in a news release. The line is launching in partnership with staff at the North Texas Poison Center. The regional center at Parkland Health provides expert medical advice for poisoning emergencies. Fentanyl has killed more than 1,100 North Texans since 2021. U.S. District Judge Janis Jack is a semi-retired judge in Corpus Christi who has overseen a 13-year lawsuit by Texas foster kids against the state's child welfare system. On Friday, a panel of the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans ordered Jack removed from the case and reversed her most recent and most punitive order against state child welfare officials. Here's a few things to know about Jack and the long-standing battle with the Texas foster care system. Jack, 78 years old, studied nursing in the late 1960s before moving to the legal field, earning a law degree from South Texas College of Law in 1981. She was in private legal practice in Corpus Christi until President Bill Clinton nominated her in 1993 to the federal bench. The U.S. Senate confirmed her in 1994, and Jack has been semi-retired since taking senior status in 2011. The Dallas Morning News editorial board named Jack Texan of the Year in 2016 for her work on the foster care lawsuit known as MD versus Abbott, filed in 2011 by a New York-based children's advocacy group that focuses on reforming state child welfare laws. It is the only case the judge now oversees. Jack found the child welfare system to be unconstitutional. Texas's foster care system is broken, wrote Jack in a landmark 2015 ruling. Most importantly, it is broken for children who almost uniformly leave state custody more damaged than when they entered. Jack mandated far-reaching reforms, saying the state was violating the rights of Texas foster children to be free from an unreasonable risk of harm caused by the state. Jack followed with about 60 orders to alleviate problems she found in the system, including over-medicating the children, failing to investigate reported abuse by caretakers, and housing children in dangerous hotels and under-supervised group homes. Testy exchanges have become the norm in her hearings. Jack has been vocal about her frustration with the ongoing problems after repeated orders to fix them. She once asked Texas Human Services officials if they'd ever seen the inside of a jail cell when they didn't provide documents she had ordered brought to a hearing. Another time, she suggested that agency leaders stay in cheap motels and eat fast food like some foster kids were doing. Jack found the state in contempt 3 times. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services and Texas Health and Human Services, defendants in the lawsuit, have repeatedly objected to Jack's treatment inside her courtroom and in her avalanche of orders as unfair and unconstitutional. That's partly because, in spite of the state spending $100 million to improve the system, Jack has continued to find that officials have defied her orders. In the first contempt ruling in 2019, Jack appointed monitors who were told to report back on the state's compliance with court-ordered reforms. The most recent contempt finding in April was a fine for $100,000 per day until the agency could prove they were adequately in line with Jack's orders. The state argued that nothing they do will be enough for Jack to end the lawsuit. The Fifth Circuit Court ruling last week overturned the latest contempt finding, saying her comments and rulings gave the appearance of bias against the state. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and for the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com.